Hungary has had its own share of problems with how tax law applies to churches. In 2012, it sought to simplify the situation by reducing the number of church groups officially recognized for tax purposes to 12 from the former count of 300. The majority of churchgoers in the country are Catholics, followed by some Protestant churches such as Reformed Protestants, Baptists, and Unitarians. Others, such as Methodists, Anglicans, and Mennonites, were stripped of this tax advantage. An immediate protest by some of them led to reinstatement of 18 of the churches, but others, led by Mennonites, took their case to the European Court of Human Rights, who voted in their favor in April of 2014. The Hungarian government says it will abide by the court's decision, but is proceeding slowly with the compensation of 6.5 million euros that the churches state that they have lost in the interim. Although Pope Francis has expressed conciliatory views on homosexuality during his time as head of the church, some are saying that France's appointment of Laurent Stefanini, a close aide of President François Hollande, who is both a practicing Catholic and openly gay, might have crossed the line. The French press has issued stories claiming that Pope Francis himself has made the decision, but no actual statement has come out of the Vatican one way or the other. This is an unusual delay for an appointment made by France in January, considering that such things are usually acted upon in just a few weeks. Thus the question remains, has the decision been made at all, or is this merely a power play by the bishops, who, in many cases, are more conservative in their views? It may be the case that the Vatican has made a behind-the-scenes request for an alternative appointment that would not force the Pope's hand. While the French press seems to have made up its mind on the matter, the notion that Francis himself would be the stumbling block appears not in keeping with his earlier actions and remarks. Meanwhile, there has still not been an official statement from the Vatican that we can find on the subject. In Kenya, President Uhuru Kenyatta's government faces a delicate balancing act in trying to root out radical jihadists while not alienating peaceful Muslims who have already been victims of harsh treatment by Kenyan authorities. The Al-Shabaab group, which originates in neighboring Somalia, stormed Garissa University on April 2nd, claims to be the protectors of the Kenyan Muslim minority, who represents about 10% of the country's population. The government's concern is that a backlash against Muslims in general by lower-ranking troops may only worsen matters by making it more difficult to gather intelligence about the activities of the jihadists. A recent incident involved a group of Muslim women who were beaten by a Kenyan soldier for no apparent reason. Other Muslims are said to carry around extra cash to bribe the police who arrest them without cause. Kenya's relatively porous border with Somalia makes any efforts to clamp down on the violence even more challenging. After previous Al-Shabaab attacks, Kenyan forces crossed over the border in pursuit, but this seems to have only made matters worse. This time, Kenyan leaders would like to try a more nuanced approach. Conveying that strategy to government troops and police might prove difficult, though.